Just a few boneheaded walking, talking Neanderthals.
We're golden, boys. We're golden.
Oh, so we missed all of that?
We
didn't get
missed
anything.
all of that, everything.
We didn't even get the video.
We've got the video.
Oh, so the video's still going?
No, it's not still going. I had to stop it because I realized, like, on,
It's just
on
a
the
clip you have?
Yeah, it's just a silent video clip of Caleb, basically.
Can we put it in, or
That's
is it just going to
awesome.
be out? Going to be going?
I don't think we can really put it in. I mean, I'd have to actually edit then. So
that was funny as fuck. Well, what I was referencing is a story that Caleb told me last night, and he's making the same face in that video clip of the people he's referring to.
mhm.
Do you want to explain what we're talking about, Caleb?
Yeah, it's hard to put it all into perspective when you can't visually see me, but I can describe them pretty well.
You can pull up pictures.
Oh,
Or
no, that's
you could
not
just
gonna be
you
good.
could just go back to your phone
That's
and show
not
us.
gonna be good. That's not gonna be good. Either both of those are not. Good. All right, let me put you in the mindset. It's time to go get food, and you're in the military. So you go to the chow hall to be served by the one and only Chowtards. The Chowtards are the people that are standing at the stationary food serving facilities that have like all the foods displayed in front of you like you're walking into a Chipotle. The Chowtards are standing on the other side of the counter where you walk up and the Chowtard asks you, chicken or corn? You then say if you want chicken or corn. There's usually a long pause where they stare at you with one eye open. Sometimes they're wiggling their tongue at you. You don't quite know what's going on in their head. You just know that they're all shackled together by their feet, like at each other. You notice if one Chowtard moves, all the other Chowtards move. And they're a special creature that serves you food at the chow hall. They come in all shapes and sizes, women, men. Most are disabled or have some form of Asperger's, or they're just retarded. They're all retarded, really. Yeah, they're all retarded.
Hence the nickname Chowtards.
Everybody calls them Chowtards. It doesn't matter what base you're on. Boot camp, we got our first round of Chowtards. We saw what they were. We're like, oh my god, these creatures are straight out of Notre Dame serving us food. And then I moved to Arizona. Even at the army bases, they have Chowtards. They look like more like non-beaten down Chowtards, though. Our Chowtards look like they've been through their own World War. Like, I'm telling you, every aspect about them screams, like, break me out of this cage that I'm stuck in. Like, you look at them and they're all smiling, but some of them are missing, like, an arm. Like,
Missing limbs.
usually have, like, a crutch. Some of them are just, like, leaning on a crutch, walking around on one foot, like, serving you food.
They went through the Tard Wars.
They went through Tard Wars. I don't, dude, they're crazy. I don't know what to think about them.
Yeah,
Like,
but you never see them outside of the chow hall, right? Never
Oh
see 'em
god,
outside.
you do see them outside the chow hall, but they're all always at the same spot. They're not like smoking. They don't take breaks. They take mental breaks. Usually you can see them when you're walking up to the chow hall. You just see like a line of 2 or 3 of them standing nose to wall, like they're at the wall, just staring at the wall. Just all of them. They're just all like standing there, like they're in timeout in preschool. Like, you know how the teacher would be like, "Go, you're in timeout. Go stand in the corner and think about your life." That's what all the Chowtards do. It's anytime you see them outside, they're all either walking from inside to outside, or they're going straight to the wall so they can like stand in front of the wall.
And are these like Marines? Or are they their own
Yes,
thing?
and they're their own thing. Chowtards are Chowtards.
Are you
if
pulling up
you're-
pictures of Chowtards?
If you're no, I probably shouldn't do that. No, if you're
And these guys don't work. They're not in the military. They're civilians.
Yes, they're
right?
civilians. They're like contracted civilians. So it's like this is your wall, and
Oh,
the
hold
door
up,
to
hold up. I don't have your stream up. Give me 1 second.
the door to the chow hall's here, and there's like a sidewalk that spans here, And then this is just the other side. Like, this is the chow hall right here. Sorry, that's supposed to be an H. Chow hall.
It's actually not
So
a
people
bad draw.
are walking this way to go to the chow hall. So you don't see them. The Chowtards are, they're literally standing here, just looking at the wall. You can see the back of their heads. They're just all standing there, menacingly. So
Menacingly?
you'll see some
Strikes fear
Marines.
into your heart?
You'll come
No, they're
here.
staring at the wall. They're
You'll come here around the corner, and you'll be looking at them. Standing here, and you're just kind of thinking to yourself, like, what is going on? And then you'll see some other Marines walk up, and they literally get this close. Like, the Marine is this close looking at them, just kind of wondering what's going on. Like, he just kind of stands there, and the Marine's standing there, staring at them as long as the Chowtards are standing there. And okay, so there's something that the Chow Marines understand that we don't understand. Because every once in a while, some Chow Marine will come outside and yell at the Chowtard, be like, Ramirez. And Ramirez will turn around and make some god-awful noise and run inside the Chow Hall. Like, to go do their duty. And the other ones just kind of shift. Like, they're in a line. Like, they're being consumed.
Ramirez!
Yes! Yes!
sounds. This is
Yeah,
just like the Chromie episode, man. We can't impersonate. We can only talk about.
Look, I'm getting my information from Caleb and telling you what I've perceived.
All right. Another one.
Another exhibit of the Chowtards
Another
of the
thing.
Wild.
You are behind the chow hall, and you're pulling up, and these are parking spots right here for your car. So I pull up my van right here. This is kind of a top-down angle or whatever. You can kind of see my car or the hood of the car. And I get out, and there's a door over here into the chow hall, the back of the chow hall. This is like the sidewalk or whatever. And there's a little door, and then there's like a little window in here. You can see all the people working on the inside, doing like dishes, or maybe they're cooking or whatever, and they have their pans. They're walking around with breads, and you'll see it in like a Chowtard every once in a while just zoom past the window. like you don't hear them or anything, but you can see them inside. They're working extremely fast, whatever that they're doing. Well, every once in a while you'll
They're missing
hear the
limbs.
door. I'll be standing over here, like kind of right outside. I have my door swung open, and I'll just be standing here waiting for the chow marine to come out with a cart that has like all of my food for hot chow for the Marines if we're like in the field or something, or we're supporting some other unit. And the door will be left open. They forget to close the door, and a Chowtard will run out for like 5 seconds and look at the sky, and like he'll turn back. I'm just gonna call them all Ramirez. The Chow Marine will look back and be like, Ramirez, get inside! And the Chowtard lets out like a maniacal laugh, like and like runs back inside the chow hall. And then
It sounds like a prison, is what this sounds like.
There's something going on.
No, these are
inside the
cloned
chow.
human beings that went wrong, and that's where the government puts them.
Serving chow.
Serving
guess
chow to the
so.
Marines.
Most of the officers are scared too. Like, officers are a different breed. They kind of come up to the chow hall, and they have the highest privilege. Like, there may be 10 of us waiting in line to go get food for our units, but lo and behold, some officer's there to represent his unit, and he's going to get served first. And sometimes the Chowtard Marines, when the regular Marines aren't outside, try to act like the regular Marines. So they'll come outside and ask the lieutenants and all the officers, because they don't know any better. The lieutenants are there just to be there. They'll ask the lieutenants, like, how many people? How many people? And then they'll tell them, be like, this many people, and then the Chowtard will go in, and the lieutenant's waiting there for like 20 minutes. The Chowtard didn't do anything. He just went inside. He's probably like giggling on the inside. Meanwhile, this Marine is still like bringing us food and whatnot, and he hasn't asked the officer anything. The officer's getting all mad. It's fun. That's a fun time. Bunch of stuff. chow hall shenanigans.
Good lord! Did they recruit these people? Because you had that at not just one location, multiple locations, right?
Yeah, multiple locations.
I'm
So
telling
they're
you.
civilian contractors, and they just work at the chow hall.
No, their
Civilian
government clone
contractors.
experiment's gone wrong.
It's pretty funny.
Oh, and they got this big plain glass window. When you first walk up to the chow hall, this would be the front. You can like ignore everything else over here. This is like the front of the chow hall, and you could see on the inside what's going on, or like how crowded it is or packed it is, and you'll see all sorts of cool stuff. You'll see like different like Russian forces training, probably not right now, but you'll see all different like countries and stuff. Because I was in Yuma, Arizona, for anybody listening, watching the podcast, and it's just a desert out there with extreme harsh desert environments. So other countries would go there for their desert training. So we'd get them annually, biannually, different stuff. Mostly the army because they're really close to us, and they'd send their paratroopers and go out in the desert, watch them fall from the sky. It's kind of fun. We'd get an update. We'd be like out there, just in the middle of the desert. We're just all kind of laying down on the ground, just like a ton of us. Just imagine like 20 of us just laying on the ground at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And they're like, around this time, you should be able to hear or see something. You don't see anything, but you can hear it. In the distance, there's like mountains or whatever. And you can hear like a little hum. And then you see one little small red light bleeping. And then the red light gets like pretty big. And you think, hey, isn't that guy a little bit closer than he's supposed to be? And then you see like a gray kind of outline of a box fall. The box always falls first. It's like falling from the sky, and then you see a bunch of little black dots fall out of what looks like the sky because you can't even see the plane. And then you just see a big like blimp of black above all the little dots, and that's the parachutes. And then when they all land, they all run over to the box and they do their stuff. It's kind of cool.
Meanwhile, you're just laying down in the desert.
We're just laying down. We set up like a truck or whatever. Some of us lay underneath the truck and watch. We just kind of sleep out there. We're supposed to set up tents, but when you go out there with some super chill people, you just all sleep. You out there on the floor. A good sleeping space is in between the tires, because the tires in between each other is only like a foot, sometimes less. Like it's really hard to fit in between the tires. So you'll have, I'll just zoom in real quick. So you have the tires, big 7-ton tires, and you can lay down right here. This is like perfect body length. You lay down, your hips kind of end right there. And then you kind of slope up and you put your backpack or your helmet right there, and then your head rests on top of that. And that's you, just kind of doing whatever.
Like guys get sassy arms.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing out here?
And you just kind of like this. Oh, what you can't see is that above you is literally like right there. It's very tight.
Just staring into the fucking truck.
Yeah, pretty much. People put a lot of magnets on the bottom of their phones after they go to the field for the first time, because you spend a lot of your time underneath vehicles to get out of the heat. So you can put your phone like right above you or whatever, and you can watch what's on your phone. So it's cool. You'll see like a pack of 20 Marines underneath a little like Humvee, and you'll just see a bunch of feet sticking out of the Humvee. You know they're all watching something underneath the vehicle.
Can you guys hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Mm-mm.
I'm rubbing my mustache on the microphone because it feels good.
Nice.
I like it. Yeah, I guess we haven't talked about this because we didn't do the podcast last week because somebody got COVID or something. I don't know. I don't want to point fingers. Dude, we had a COVID scare this weekend actually because or Friday. So I wake up Friday to go to work, and the day before, I went to work, came back, and then Caleb and I went to work on the Jandry's fence like we've been doing for the past couple weeks. Woke up Friday the next day, and my phone was like blown up with messages. Apparently, there was a COVID outbreak, and basically everyone in my lab had COVID, had tested positive for COVID. And like I'm in very close proximity to some of these people. I felt fine, but you never know. So I woke up Caleb and I was like, if I have it, you have it. Let's go get tested. We both took a test and we were both negative. And then neither of us ever developed any kind of hint of COVID at all. So I think it's safe to say that we didn't get COVID or just were immune. It's hard to say for sure. But yeah, we apparently there was not just in my lab, but like a bunch of labs. There's COVID outbreaks. So we were supposed to go to a party Friday night. That got canceled because of COVID, because everybody was getting COVID, but we were still negative. So it was kind of scary because that'd be the first time confirmed I got COVID. I think I've had it before, but was negative. Anyways, so we didn't do the podcast last week because Jake had COVID, not COVID, but COVID, basically.
Cold.
And this was a long ass ramble just to say Caleb and I are doing a beard challenge. We're gonna see who can go the longest without shaving
Let's see what it looks like.
or touching it.
Caleb, go into Gavyn's room and point your phone at him.
I mean, we just started, so it's not anything impressive.
No, y'all didn't just start.
Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks.
Yeah, maybe a
That's
month
a
or
long
so.
time.
Month.
Yeah, not for me. I don't grow hair super fast.
Caleb already had the mustache when we started, by the way, so that's cheating, but we'll let it slide.
Did
But
you
the
want him to
mustache took
shave it off at the
forever to
beginning?
grow.
Start from.
Well, I
completely
said
clean
let's
shaven?
let's go clean shaven and start from clean shaven on, but he didn't want to.
Oh, he's been working on it for 2 years.
I got my
now.
freebie, and Gavin got his freebie last week.
My
So
freebie.
now we're even.
Uh,
Yeah, you got a
haircut?
haircut.
Oh, well, okay. I had to get a haircut. I'm graduating next week with my master's degree, so graduation's going to happen. I'm going to have to take graduation pictures. And my hair looked like absolute ass. So I had to get a haircut. I didn't touch the beard, though, but I had to get a haircut at least. But now that next week will happen, graduation will happen, we'll take the pictures, and then not touching it for however long Caleb and I can last.
Man, we need to see what this looks like.
What it looks like? My haircut?
Your beard.
Oh,
We could turn on our things real quick.
I don't have a camera on this computer.
My mustache is literally, it's not as thick yet, but it's pretty much this one right here.
Walk into
Right now.
Gavyn's room and do it side by side with you two.
Doesn't Gavin have a, wait, what'd you say about
Here,
your
I'll
camera?
just come in your room. Hold on. Are you gonna? Unless you don't want to do this,
Oh yeah, I don't mind.
you get your cam on.
Yeah, I can turn it on.
All right.
There we go.
Oh, you got your hair pulled back.
That I do. I don't know if you can hear him.
Oh, there they are.
Can't hear what he say.
He's not really saying anything right now. This is the overall progress.
Very good, very good.
What's up, babe?
This is also new. I usually don't have my hair up.
Oh yeah, he's rocking a Naruto.
Got the man bun thing going on.
That was supposed to be the run.
Yeah, all right, there you go. Okay, so that's our month progress report.
A Snapchat reminded me of a picture, and it was Gavin leaning over a fence, Matt and Jake sawing down a tree. In your front yard, Jake?
What?
Yeah, here, I'll send it to the Discord, and then I'll pull it up so you can see it.
We should do progress reports as we go in the podcast. That'll be a good record. Like, so that's a month. We should do it again in like 3 months, and then
Just do it once every month.
once every month.
Yeah.
I don't know how much. Like, this is the longest I've ever had it. I don't know how fast it's going to grow from this point on.
I don't know.
Do you think growth, like, do you think it slows down?
Maybe.
I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's a limit.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I direct posted it to you off of my Snapchat. And then I'll be able to pull it up, I think. So let me see. Messages, Jake.
All right, so I'm gonna go watch the lunar eclipse for a few minutes, but I'll be back.
Here it is.
Wait,
Do I
Jake.
need to pull something up?
Do Discord on your phone and stream the Eclipse.
Wait, can I see the eclipse?
Y'all should be able to see the eclipse from your.
All right, I'll pull up Discord on my phone as well, and we'll go outside.
All right, I'm
I don't know.
Wait, Jake, don't
What?
pull up Discord on your phone because it'll close the application, right?
I don't know.
What is the application running off of? Streamlabs? Streamlabs, I mean?
No, it's just Discord.
Oh. Well, only one way to find out.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you down there. Oh, I see you, Jake.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey. Oh, I can't do it from my computer. Okay. I can't do it from my computer and from my phone. But y'all can just do the podcast without me just for a few minutes.
That's okay. We're looking outside right now. Oh, I forgot my slippers.
I'm gonna go.
There we go. I don't know where the moon is right now. Oh, back door. We're walking outside right now.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, sure enough. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it on the phone. What's up? Oh yeah, it's starting to come in picture. Oh well. It's right there. Right there.
It's not as cool as solar eclipse. Solar eclipse looks like the world's in there. That makes the moon look orange.
It looks like a little penny right now. Copper coin.
Which one is the one where the sun goes behind? Is it the solar or the lunar?
That's a blood moon. No.
The blood moon is when a vampire lord ascends to the throne, and all the neighboring
Oh yes, I
vampires
forgot.
pledge allegiance.
Obviously. I wonder what that looks like from.
The moon?
No. Well, yeah, but the space station. I wonder if it still comes out like that,
I don't think so.
based off of where they are.
You think?
Yeah.
It
Maybe. I
has
don't
to
know.
be. Space is confusing. I don't understand how it works. I don't like to think about space too long because my brain's like,
Space is cool. I like space. I love space.
you want to be a spaceman?
There's heaven right there. See that little blinking light?
I bet all you're thinking about right now is Star Citizen, but like how you want to get to that moon right there.
Okay, let me just.
Quantum fuel. I don't even know when it's over.
I don't know. Jake, you there?
Jake died.
Oh yeah, he's outside looking at the lunar eclipse.
Took one look at it and died.
Turn into a
Werewolf.
werewolf? Is that
It's
a werewolf's or moon? Moon's right.
Turn into a stone. Turn into stone.
It's not a.
Just a stone statue.
It's not a. What are those things? Not a golem. What are they called? Trolls. It's not a troll.
What? Trolls turn into stone?
Don't they?
Trolls.
The dichotomy of trolls
People are gonna wonder
in the
why
21st century.
why there's a stone statue of the alien from American Dad.
You know our background for Neanderthals? We put the alien head. No, not the intro. Yeah, the actual background. What we should do is snip out our little face and put them on the things.
If we ever actually get to like a real podcast where we have like mics and like a
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Maybe. How long does it take for the sun to, or the moon? I don't know which one this is. How long does it take for the thing to go past the other thing?
Let me think.
Like a year?
How often?
No, how long? Like when is this gonna be over?
Oh.
You're thinking about it? Like, you know, know the answer if you just keep thinking about it?
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta
I was
think
thinking
about it.
like 5 minutes.
So we make a cycle around the sun 365 days. The moon makes a rotation around the earth every 24 hours. So,
So 5 minutes. All right, cool.
probably like 7 minutes or so. Because that's how long it takes. Oh, no, that's from the sunrise. So, probably like a minute. No, that can't be right. We've been out here for more than a minute. I don't know.
I was thinking 5. I mean 10. How long is this there? Because the fun
Is this
part
bad for our eyes?
I think the solar eclipse is the one you're not supposed to stare at because you're basically staring at the sun.
We wake up tomorrow. Breaking news. Half of America's gone blind.
Scientifically, it doesn't make sense. Half of Americans?
No.
One stone statue from the alien from American Guy and 2 blind kids. Today's top stories. After
The only people that have visual perception now are these 3 young lads.
the whole world's gone blind.
Strapping young lads by the sound of them. And their podcast, Neanderthals. Millions of us tune in every Friday night now to listen to these 3 squanchers.
Podcast in Braille.
People that are mute
What?
and blind.
What are you talking about?
You use
Braille's
Braille
for
when you're
people.
blind and you can't, and you're deaf. I mean, not mute.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if you're blind.
It matters. It's for blind people. They can read books and stuff.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sign language is for deaf people. They can still read.
That's right.
And if you're blind and deaf, then you're just fucked. If you do everything the way it is.
I've actually seen a cool video on that. You're paired with someone through your life because you talk to each other using sign language.
How do you get that?
But you develop your own language through sign language. Like it becomes your own language over time.
Well, who's pairing up with these people? Go back in there.
I don't know.
It's still not.
Well, I doubt there's too many deaf and blind couples out there. Let me pair you up with the only person you're going to be compatible with.
You can't both be deaf and blind. How are you going to communicate? Like taps?
With sign language.
They're fucking blind.
Yes, you can feel each other. I'll have to show you the video. There's a video on it. Like you can hold on to their hands while they sign.
I thought if you're blind and deaf, you get like superpowers, so you can like feel vibrations in your.
Okay, it is true that your senses go up in other areas
Yeah, so
because one shut off, but I can't.
Like, I could be like, "Hey, Caleb," and then you would be like, and then you'd be like, "Oh, he said, hey,
Oh,
Caleb."
question: were you chopping something up in the afternoon?
Yeah. What?
Huh. Because I could feel it through my bed. My ears to it, but only when I breathed out all the way. That's why I was like, "Whoa!" But I'm deaf. It's fun. I didn't hear you say blind. I heard you say black. You're deaf and black. I was like, "Oh no!" Oh no. All right.
All right, Jake, you back? He's still staring at the fucking eclipse. How long? That's the face he was making earlier, by the way. Before we tried
Mom.
to start the podcast.
Look at the moon. Look at the moon, Mom.
Wait, put it like so I can't see your lips, just your nose and eyes. That made me laugh the hardest.
Mom, look at the moon.
Oh my god, holy shit.
Look at the moon, Mom.
I literally
It's so
laughed for
bright.
20 minutes. Oh my god, you're so dumb.
It's like this. Hold up. You just pull it in slowly.
Oh,
Alright,
it's so goofy. Oh, Jake's still staring at the fucking solar. Okay, so how long is a lunar eclipse? 30 minutes to an hour.
We might want to go back out there. We're not gonna. How often is it?
How you want to? How often is a lunar eclipse? 3 times a year.
Oh, so it's pretty common.
Yeah. How often is a solar eclipse?
How often does a superflower blood moon happen?
Every.
That is that's a thing.
Is that like a term for someone's period? How often
How
does a
rare is a
superflower
superflower blood moon?
moons?
Given that a superflower blood moon is a combination of unusual characteristics, the exact conditions required for such an event do not come around very often. Another flower moon will not occur until next spring, as we head into the summer months. Lunar eclipses, the phenomenon that causes the, in quotations, blood moon coloring, happen about 3 times on average a year, but do not always line up with the full moon in spring. Supermoons are based on the orbit of the moon in relation to Earth and happen at the rate that appears almost entirely random. I don't know why I'm using a voice, I could just read it. On average, there are around 4 supermoons in a year. A supermoon. But they often happen in batches. Sunday's supermoon will be the first of 4 consecutive moons in the lunar spectacle. Superflower blood moon. Let's look this up exactly.
That's a crazy name for a lunar phase.
Yeah, superflower blood moon?
Yep.
Yeah, it's...
Who named that shit? What do you want to
Oh.
name your eclipse?
Look at it. It's a
Superflower.
superflower blood moon.
I mean, what is it? Super flower blood moon. I guess that's the eclipse that happened last year. That was a big deal. Remember that?
Maybe.
It was a
Kinda
big.
do.
It was a big thing. It was pretty cool, if I remember correctly.
Jake's still outside.
Yeah, well, I told you he got frozen in carbonite.
He said 5 minutes. We went out there for 5 minutes.
Oh, he's definitely dead. He stared at it for too long and died.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, I'll be right back.
Superflower blood moon lunar eclipse. It doesn't look anything special on the share screen. I guess that's what it looks like. Oh, we can't even see because Jake's not fucking back. Okay, well, I guess I'm just talking to myself on the podcast since nobody's fucking here. You should like, comment, and subscribe to the Neanderthals podcast. Get us in the algorithm. Is that what they say? Fucking comment super flower blood moon. Comment hashtag Superflower Blood Moon to get entered into the giveaway. I don't know what we're gonna give away, but
All right, here's what I say.
what?
We go outside and keep watching until Jake gets back, and then we come inside.
How do? No, there's nothing to watch. I saw it. I lived it. I got it.
Bro, I want to have some crazy dreams, and I didn't get a good visual on it long enough. I'm not gonna remember what it looks like
I'm
when I go
already
lay
gonna
down.
have crazy dreams.
Yeah.
I just have crazy dreams in general. As my life.
I want those dreams where I wake up and then I question if what's real and what's not
Oh,
real.
dude, I had a crazy dream last night. I woke up like fully cognizant of the dream, and I was like thinking about points in the dream that like I could adjust if I could do it again. It was a wild dream. Like I don't know what was happening. For some reason, I was homeless, and then like a friend's chick has like an apartment with this other chick, and the friend was like, "Hey, you could stay at her place until you get a job or whatever." I was like, "All right, I'll just stay there for a week." Move into the place, right? First day, there's a pool party happening. I don't know why there's a pool party happening. And then the chick, so there's the guy's girlfriend, like my friend's girlfriend, and then the other chick. And the other chick is like married but estranged from her husband or something. I have no idea what's happening. All I know is I'm moving in. I put all my clothes into this like closet,
Okay.
And then the estranged husband and like 8 of his friends show up. And he's like trying to fuck with me. He's like, "Dude, what's up? You trying to get with my chick or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, dude. I'm literally just here to fucking live. I'm sleeping on the couch," something like that, right? And then I turn back to my closet and all the clothes are gone.
Oh no.
And I'm like, "What the fuck is going on? Where are my clothes?" And I walk outside and all of my clothes are on the bottom of the pool.
Okay.
And I'm like, "What the fuck? What just happened?" I don't know for sure if the guys threw it in the pool. So I go over there. I'm like, "What the fuck, man? Did you just throw my clothes in the pool?" Even though, like, I just talked to the guy. I don't know how he could have thrown it in the pool, even though I just saw my clothes hanging up. And then, so then I ended up in a fight. So me and my friend that originally said I could move here was like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." And then just fisticuffs breaks out. And then somehow I end up in the pool again, but I'm like picking up my clothes and then I hang them back up in the closet.
Okay.
And then next thing I know, we're at like Chuck E. Cheese. All right. Don't ask me how we got to Chuck E. Cheese, but I guess we're having like a post fight. Like, yeah, we did it at Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
But then the costume guy comes out, but he's not like the new guy that I've seen. It's like what we had when we were at Chuck E. Cheese. It's like nightmare fuel fucking Chuck E. Cheese costume guy.
Okay.
And then for some reason we're like, "Fuck this guy." So then we grab skee balls and we start throwing skee balls at him.
Okay.
And that's when he comes to life and becomes an actual rat. Meantime, I'm also eating Chuck E. Cheese pizza because for some reason I like it a lot. I have no idea why. I'm just like pounding Chuck E. Cheese pizza. And then after I like get full on Chuck E. Cheese pizza and we fight off the rat guy with the skee balls, I wake up.
Okay.
That's the dream I had last night.
Jesus. Hey, I think Thomas just got home.
It was wicked. Is that what that noise was?
I totally forgot he lived here. I was like, oh my god, someone's breaking in, Gavyn.
I figured it was Thomas, but our neighbors are kind of fucking scumbags. I heard him screaming last night at like 3 a.m. Did you hear that?
No.
You probably had your headphones on. There was like a fucking argument of the ages happening out there, like screaming.
Oh man.
Like I don't know what they were saying, but it was like, bloody murder. It was like, it was insane. I don't know what was happening. I was too lazy to get up and go look because I was in bed trying to sleep, but I don't know what's going on. Our neighbors are fucking insane, I guess. Who knows what they're doing? Doing some weird shit. So you want to go back out and stare at the eclipse again?
Yeah, dude. Well, if Jake's not gonna come back, might as well.
Well, we still got this podcast to do. Like we're just stringing it
I mean, he
along at
could-
this point. But
We can hear the podcast from my phone. We can
Thomas!
go stare at the moon. Thomas, let's go
Thomas
stare
is
at the moon
here.
together.
welcome to the podcast, Thomas. He's never been on. We have to introduce him.
Did you stare? This
Did
is
you
too
stare
important.
at the eclipse?
Did you stare at the moon?
Oh my gosh, this is Thomas's first podcast. Welcome to the podcast. Can we get a round of applause, please?
I don't know if
All
I should
right.
be concerned that I just
Yeah.
walked in and slammed some doors and you guys didn't even say anything.
Yeah,
we
we
figured
did.
it was you, but
Oh, okay.
we also thought it might have been our scumbag neighbors, and they're here to kill us. So
Possibly.
So
More than likely.
let's what's your name, sir? What's your name?
My name is Thomas. Apparently, I'm an original, but
How
I've
old are
never
you?
been on. I am 23.
23. Are you married
sounds
yet?
like a game show host.
No, I'm not married.
Any
You're the only
kids?
married one. No, definitely not. God, no.
What's your ethnicity?
I'd shoot
Ethnicity?
myself. White.
Social security number?
9 digits starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hmm.
If you know. If you don't, you don't.
I don't know if I've told that story on here. I can tell it really quick. I
gonna
went
say,
to. I applied for a job at Schlitterbahn, which I got, but I ended up turning it down because I got offered another job. But I was filling out the application, and on there it said like social security number, and I had no idea what my social security number is. I now have it memorized because of this incident. So my mom's at work; she's busy. I don't want to interrupt her, so I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, what's my? I can't believe I fucking did this. I said, what's my social security number? Now, what's important here is the way social security numbers pace. It's 3 digits, 2 digits, 4 digits. So it's like 1, 2,
I
3.
think most people watching this know how.
Okay.
You know.
So Dad starts giving me the digits. She's like 1, 2, 3. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. He's like, read that back. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's like, yeah, that's it. All right, cool. I was like, all right, cool, thanks. And then I hung up. And then I turned that fucking thing in with the social security written down as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, no.
And I didn't even realize it until I got home, and my dad was like, so how'd the application go? I was like, I think it went well, just waiting for him to like confirm my information and get back to me. He's like, did you actually write down that social security number? I was like, yeah, why? He's like, are you fucking stupid? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was like, oh my God, I put the wrong, so yeah, I put that down on an application as my social security number. Then I have since memorized my actual security number
That's
now
good.
because of that incident. But yeah, my dad's an asshole, basically. That's some of that story.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your game show introduction for Thomas. Go ahead.
No, that's. I mean, I don't really have
that
anything
story
else. That was
all
worth
needed
it.
to be
Well worth
said.
it.
Yeah, I felt like a fucking idiot.
The
And then I told
smartest
my
one in the
mom.
group is also the dumbest one. So.
I told my mom afterwards, and she was like, I can't believe your dad did that to you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, your son's a fucking idiot in the next room.
Oh.
So you want to talk about your dad's parenting style? Will you apply this to your own children?
Yes, I think so. I think it worked out.
Can't really
It's
complain.
debatable.
I think it's a good middle ground. I would probably be a little less like calling my son a cunt, but you gotta. I think there's a line between discipline and being an asshole, and sometimes it crosses into asshole lane. So I'll probably try to cross it less.
Mm.
But I think
Yeah,
you need to be a
that sounds like a good start.
disciplinarian. Yeah, because like, Dad is a hard ass. Discipline expected me to do certain things, but he also like took me hunting, took me fishing, takes me on vacations. Like, it wasn't all like hard ass all the time, 24/7. So I think a good balance of both is a parenting style I will try to achieve. I don't know. By the time I have kids, they're gonna have fucking more rights than I do. Like, I can't breathe on my kid. I'll go to jail. So
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think of Dad? I think he's liked
I
by
think
most.
he's funny.
Yeah, see?
Tells great stories.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're a fucking asshole. You're like, my kid's an idiot. You want to hear a story about how my kid's an idiot? And then stories like that happen. I put that on an application. I put 1 through 9 as my social security number.
That's so
And
funny.
you're gonna be a doctor someday.
Yeah.
I know. I can't wait for this story to get out now from this podcast when we become rich and famous, and
Gavin's
I'm a fucking moron.
Gavin's first patients. Gavin opens up. Yeah, one time I put 1 through 9 as my social security number. Like it's open heart surgery.
Man gets up from the table. I think I'll find a new doctor.
I think I'll get a new doctor. He's under anesthesia and everything.
Yeah, I'm like whispering my secrets to him. It's like, I know you can hear me, and you can't do anything about it. But one time I put 1 through 9 as my social security number.
Start to snip away at veins and vessels and
Yeah, that'll be good stuff. Good
How
stuff.
does that
So
work? How does that work? Like when you get like a major wound and it cuts through veins, do those veins just reform?
you cauterize as you go.
Well, I mean like
healing
when I
process, like-
cut open my hand,
Oh yeah, angiogenesis.
would you claim? Would you like to describe that further with less large words?
Formation of new blood vessels.
How does that work? They just how does that work?
Okay. Well, without basically the cells regenerate and reform blood vessels or form new blood vessels. Like a big thing with cancer is tumors will differentiate into cells that perform angiogenesis so
Right.
that they can get into the bloodstream. So then they can circulate and metastasize to different sites. So obviously there's specialized cells that perform angiogenesis, but that's part of the wound healing process. So you have immune cells, inflammation cells, like that. That's why your wound would get red and painful.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
what pus is
not
forming. That's a collection of white blood
infections?
cells. No, I mean that happens with any wound.
Red and pain. That's not. I always thought that was kind of like your immune system like inflaming.
Well, there's obviously different levels of it, but like a serious infection would be like you could feel the heat from it because
right.
of the immune response to the bacteria. But like any wound will get like a little red as the wound's healing
And that's
closing.
angiogenesis.
Well, angiogenesis is a part of the wound healing
Angio.
process. It's not the only process occurring with your wound healing, right? Because you don't have just blood vessels, right? You get skin cells, epithelial cells.
And so angiogenesis is simply your veins reforming, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Very interesting.
The
Yeah.
more you know.
So, it's cool. But yeah, like if you do a surgery like you're describing, to stop the blood flow, you
Like if you were to
cauterize
get to
the
a
wound
major
as
artery,
you go.
you would cauterize that.
Well, you do it for any
Anything.
surgery, pretty much. Yeah, you caught because it could just any tissue that you open up. There's probably blood vessels because like an artery is pretty significant, but like you have to get blood to all your tissues, so there'll be blood flow basically in any kind of serious surgery, any kind of surgical intervention. Like even like the laparoscopic surgeries they do, they're like 2-inch incisions.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still cauterize as they go to stop blood flow, because that's actually more common than you think. Is like somebody gets into surgery and then they can't find where the bleed is because there's just so much tissue that they're cutting through. So like if you get a what's the word, where they take a sample of tissue, I don't know why I'm brain farting on it, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Bad doctor.
1, 2, 3.
When they take a tissue sample, a biopsy, Jesus. So they take a biopsy of an organ or something. Sometimes when they're doing the surgery, they'll get a bleed because it's a laparoscopic incision, so it's not very large. But internally, you'll get a bleed. So then they'll have to cauterize where the bleed's coming from. But anyway, basically, any surgery you go to, you'll just smell burnt flesh all the time because they use a certain tool to cauterize as they go. I forget the name of it by now, but
pretty cool.
How do you uncauterize that? Because I mean, you need blood flow again once the surgery's over, right? So
yeah, but it's not like holding a fucking torch to somebody to cauterize. It's a very light skin damage. So the skin, because then let's just say you're doing an incision. Like I shadowed a neurosurgeon, so I watched a lot of cervical fusions where they're fusing vertebrae together because people have just ground away at their discs from life, bad posture, whatever. So they'll fuse two of the spinal cervix together with screws. But anyway, they'll open up your back to get to the spine, right?
mm-hmm.
So what they'll do is they'll cauterize as they go to stop any bleeding, and also it keeps the wound site clear. It's like if you ever clean a deer, and you're cleaning the gut cavity, it just fills with blood as you're going.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. So they cauterize as they go to minimize that, so they can see what they're doing and everything.
Right.
And then once the surgery's over, they'll go layer by layer. So in that case, the incision is fairly deep because they're going all the way to the spine. So they'll stitch you up layer by layer. So they'll do like layers of skin and layers of stitches, and then they'll get to the top layer and do a pretty deep stitch. And then normally nowadays those stitches will like disappear on their own. You don't have to get them removed. They just, I don't know exactly what happens if they just break down over time or something, but basically once they finish the stitching, you don't need to open the wound again or mess with the stitches at all, and it'll just naturally heal the wound with your body's normal processes like angiogenesis. So yeah, it's not like you chopped off a limb and you have to cauterize that bitch profusely. And I don't think any surgeon would cut an artery on purpose, at least. Like maybe you're in the ER and somebody's fucking bleeding and you got to do something, but not like not
Well,
in.
I mean, if you do an amputation, you have to cut a artery.
Right, but that's a whole different situation than what I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Because that's emergency medicine. Like that's we gotta fucking do this thing,
I mean,
Although
not
in
if
some
it's,
cases,
like,
some
planned
people,
out.
get like a diseased limb, they have to get that removed, but that's all planned ahead of time.
Right.
So, anyway, I forgot what we were talking about before
Whoa.
we got to this point.
I just looked up some like weird stuff. You made me think about the stitching because I was trying to think of the word for it. It's not like biodegradable stitching, but you like braces. Like the ones that go away over time.
What?
Braces?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
You're talking about like
You gotta show a
Neanderthals?
picture of this. Show a picture.
Well, this isn't the picture of what I'm looking up.
Are you streaming? Do you want me to look?
Like stitches that just go away in general.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
I've
about.
always called those like biodegradable. I don't know if that's really what they are, but
There's a
Yeah,
term
that's
for
what
it.
I
I
say. I
just
don't think they're
yeah,
called
I'm
biodegradable.
sure there's a better term.
And
than
I couldn't
biodegradable.
find it, and then while I was looking that up, I found something weirder.
What's weirder than biodegradable stitches?
Hold
Something
up,
called
hold up.
body stitching. The people literally embroider their skin
That's
with
fucked.
thread.
Kind of gross.
Isn't that weird?
That is so weird. Why
That's
would you
super
do that?
weird.
Just
I
get a
don't know.
tattoo, you lazy fuck.
Has someone compared it to like tattoos and stuff? I don't know. Maybe it was on the other page.
Human
no, I guess
body
not.
embroidery.
Yeah, human body embroiderment.
I mean, there's no way that stuff stays in the body permanently.
No, it's on. It just sits on the outside.
Because you shed skin cells. I mean, that stuff's just gonna fall out eventually. If it's not deep enough,
It's got to be temporary.
That's weird.
Okay,
That's
Thomas,
strange.
this is your first time on the podcast. You have to tell us some sort of story or something. The podcast.
I'm
is,
not a
the,
storyteller.
the podcast is almost over. Give us.
Is it
give
really?
us some information about you.
I mean, I don't know.
You like put him on the spot,
I
like
know,
giant
I know.
spotlight on Thomas right now. Like, say something.
This
bitch.
Yeah,
is, listen,
Say something
listen.
entertaining.
All right, tell us about the fence building in your backyard right now.
Oh, I haven't been a part of that at all.
You didn't help at all.
Yeah, he did.
You lazy.
Well, he helped bury the post askew. That's what he helped do.
Hey, I probably worked on that just as long as you guys have, like as far as the fence. Like I worked on that for a long time.
I don't know
Okay,
about
fine.
that.
As long as Gavin.
No, I also don't
Okay,
know
I'm
about
not.
that.
I'm trying not to debate like quantity of work. I'm debating quality. Okay.
Hey, our 7 posts that we did were solid.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Two-
Okay,
That
so
you guys did.
let me
Not
give-
necessarily
let me
lined
preface
up
this.
with-
okay, Caleb and I buried 2 posts the first day because we were just figuring out what we were doing. But we had a line set. We buried our 2 posts. Those are straight and square. I missed the next day because I had to go to work, and Caleb and Thomas went and buried the rest of the posts. So the first 2 posts Caleb and I did together. After that is Thomas and Caleb. Every post
The hole-
after
the
that
hole was
is
already half dug.
okay.
Oh
The hole
my
was already half
God.
dug, but I would have checked it before I buried it.
Dude, sorry, our posts
Every
were
post
from the
after that
assortment.
is in a straight line. So like, there's 9
Gavin,
posts
maybe
total.
back away from your mic a little bit.
See, I'm
Yeah,
getting
you're a
hot.
little-
There's
And then
there's
like a
9
robot.
posts total. 7 they did, 2 we did. The 7 that they did are straight and square together, but relative to the first 2 are totally fucked.
Yeah.
Here, I could actually do this
Well,
perfectly,
Are you gonna pull some art?
bro.
He's our
This
resident
this is.
diagrammer.
Yeah, you kind of already missed what was
Alright,
happening.
So check it out. There's 2/3, right?
This is one big post. The other post is all the way down here. There's a string that is running from the tip of the post to the tip of the post. So every time we plant a new post in the ground, or pick it, I mean, it lines up with the top of the string. Anyways, the post we were putting in the ground, it was like post, post, it's still straight, and then this is the third post that we put in. It's like
Okay,
bent.
it's not that. It's not. That.
It was pretty bent.
It's
It
just
goes
put
up and
in,
it's like this.
not square with the first two.
Wait, so then
It's,
It's-
like not
it's not.
necessarily in a
Your
straight
picture
line.
makes it look like it's like a bad board.
It was a bad
It's
board.
not a bad board.
It is a bad board.
That's ridiculous. I mean, none of the boards are ever going to be perfect. But basically, from that first two, the next one is to the left a little bit in like fucking up. Because you also got to consider this is on a slope. So the height of the post matters. So the every post after that is centered off
What
the
are
third
you
post.
drawing, Caleb?
It says posts in a line.
Yeah, see, that's what it's
That is-
supposed to look like. That is
That
not
is
what it looks like.
I would have just drew a couple dots to like mark the holes and do it that way. Why are you trying to do it from like the front view?
This is
You're
the
from,
post
like
from the,
the aerial.
this is the post from the front view.
That's what
goes
I
all the way
wish it
down.
looked like.
This
yeah,
That's
one-
that's
not what it
not
looks
how
like.
it looks like.
This one is like, here, let me see if I can do this real quick.
This is not.
It
how I
starts
would
to go
explain
up.
this.
And then comes a little bit over.
This is absolute bullshit. This is
And then
not what it
comes
looks
back up.
like.
That's pretty much
It's,
what
it's
it is.
maybe like 3 inches outside of like
So
the
these
rest.
two line up, and then the rest of the post line up this way.
Not to mention the end too, because they ended up running out of wood, which should have never happened. Also,
Okay, well, again,
What?
okay, that time I was going more off of what.
Oh, yeah.
Caleb, 'cause I was like,
Oh,
okay, Caleb was there.
Here's what-
the
here's
first
what
day,
happened.
So Caleb knows what the fuck's happening.
Here's what happened. So
Caleb
Dan
did
and
not know what the
Gavin are
fuck was happening.
talking. This is day one. Gavin and I show up and we plant 2 posts in the ground. 1, 2. Both the measurement was like 6
It was like
feet,
70
5
inches and a
inches.
half, or 70 and a half inches.
Yeah, 70.5 inches. So I know for the rest of the posts all the way down, in theory, need to be the same length as the first and second post. What I didn't know is that Gavin and Dan talked after the math of all of this. So
no,
I
it
show
was
up.
during the math. We literally did it during the math. I never once said it's supposed to be 6 foot. All of them.
So
There
I
was no
showed
separate
up.
conversation you missed.
There definitely was.
No, we literally had one conversation about the
Why
math.
did we plant these 2 posts this length then?
The only reason we planted the post that length is 1, so we didn't have to get extra wood. 2, so that it was equal until the last post, so that we could keep cutting the 2x4s at the same length. And so 3, we would get to the last post, and it wouldn't be longer than 8 feet because all we had was 8-foot 2x4s. So the reason this is a problem is at the very end of this fence is the old fence. We're tying into an old fence. The problem is the old fence is tied into the neighbor's fence as well. So we can't connect the fence without it looking goofy, which is what we ended up having to do. But
It doesn't look that bad, all things considered.
it doesn't look that bad. It's just not ideal because we can't tie into that last post. Ideally, we would have one post, our last post of the fence, right next to that post. So it looks like it just continues, but it's not actually tied into the original fence. You see what I'm saying? To do that, we had to do the math so that the last post wasn't 8 feet away from the second to last post, or more than 8 feet away, where we could not use 8-foot 2x4. So then we had to do the math so that the last post and the second to last post were less than 8 feet away. And the best way to do that to make it look right was to have it every 6 feet except for the last 2. Okay, continue, Caleb.
So these 2 ended up being the length that they were, and then the rest of the posts were going to maintain an equal distance. But when I showed up with Thomas, I looked at the fences and I was like, all right, how many fences do we have? And then we look at the length, and then I was like, all right, each post is going to be this length all the way down. So we ended up planting 1, 2,
There's 9 total.
3. How many did we plant? 3 posts down before we knew? 3 or 4? Or no, we got like really
Yeah,
far.
we were probably like 3 or 4 till the end until we were like, wait.
Yeah.
This
So we started posting
isn't
them all the
right.
way up, and then we got right around here, and we were like, wait a second. We're missing like a post for a whole length of somewhere, or there's a measurement that's off. And then we thought about it, and then I think at that point Gavin showed up, or
Well,
someone
Dan
showed up,
before I did.
Or I
or
called my
Dan
dad or
showed up.
something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I was talking to Dan. I was like, yeah, this is that, and then Dan was like, yeah, Gavin and I talked about it after, and we decided that it'd be this length and that length. I was like, oh damn, I completely missed that part. And then yeah, later he was like, well, this all would have been solved if we just talked about it before you got here. Well, yeah. Oh well, but he wasn't mad or anything because the fence is up.
Well, it's because Dan Jandry, I think, is physically incapable of being mad.
That's not entirely true.
At least not mad at us. I mean, unless we did something stupid. I don't
Yeah, unless
Thomas
unless
again
it's
goes,
like-
it's not entirely
I mean,
true.
he doesn't get mad like often. Like I'm not saying like. This is
Okay,
like,
well, everything's relative for me. Like I just said
Alright,
earlier,
that's fair.
it's
That's
all
fair.
relative. So compared to my dad, I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
seen
true.
Dan Jandry angry. But yeah, it worked out in the end. We fixed it. It looks great now. I don't think it looks.
Yeah.
The only thing that looks a little weird is the 2x4s because the height isn't right on the post. But if you covered the others, so obviously there's one side of fence pickets. If you put fence pickets on the other side, you would never even know that there was any problem. Because you couldn't see the 2x4s. But I think it's all fine now. We just got some fence pickets to finish, and then we're done.
Yep, true.
Probably another half day's of work. 'Cause we
True,
got,
true,
I think we got over halfway done.
Oh yeah,
This week. The fence
our
pickets.
fence pickets are like probably end right here. Here's just a board that runs across like the top of all of these, all the way across. It's kind of hard to do on paper.
Nice. It's a nice diagram.
And this
I
is
know
this is on the inside of the fence, by the way.
I
From
can't
the
tell if that
outside
was diagram.
perspective, there are picket fences that are going up.
This looks
right
like a
now.
Chowtard drew it.
There's picket fences that are going up.
Corn or chicken?
No, he doesn't say it like that.
Oh,
He's-
sorry. He said, corn and chicken.
That's so fucked. It still doesn't make sense to me how that's an actual thing.
So we were just putting pickets like this all the way down the fence, and we got about like right here.
God, this is amazing what I'm looking at. This is insanity. So, Thomas, now that you're part of the podcast, are you gonna be a regular now? Are you gonna
Oh
be?
yeah, hopefully.
I know you
don't
can
know.
tell.
Can we get a round of applause for that?
Let's see. I mean, it just depends on like.
You
My
already
claps,
got. You got
my
my
claps
vote.
stopped coming through.
It just depends on
I
what.
tried.
When I work and school and Jordan,
Who's
Yeah.
Jordan?
my girlfriend.
Oh, how long have y'all been
He's
together?
he's asking this in question for the audience that's listening because the audience doesn't know who Jordan is.
Oh,
Also, I
almost
don't
3
know.
years.
I don't know if you know this, but this podcast is originally intended for our children to listen to as kind of what we were like in this stage of our life. Because I think we all think it would be cool to like be able to listen back on conversations that our parents had. Maybe not, but I thought it would
Yeah,
be
I
cool.
think-
I think it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wanted to have a record of something. You know, like I cherish the YouTube videos that we uploaded when we were fucking idiots, and we reviewed those like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Like, I wish we had more of those, so I can for sure foresee like later when we're like 50 or 40 or something with kids, like wanting to look back at something. So I just wanted to have a record of something. So that's why we started the podcast.
I like it.
I don't think any of us intend to get rich and famous from this, seeing
No.
as our only fucking listener is Matt.
Yeah. Matt.
Who apparently is a
Marshman
regular.
Matt.
He listens to this.
I think he
Well,
listens
on
to every
occasion.
episode. He asks me all the time. He's like, "Where's the next episode?"
Where's the next episode?
Although
That's
for
awesome.
some reason we do get like 20 views. We got 50 something on one, but
That was our first one that Caleb like promoted everywhere.
yeah, that's the one with the black gay baby. But anyways, that's
Yeah, I
go
should
back
go
and listen
back.
to that pod. Yeah, go back and listen to that podcast.
Oh yeah, you definitely got to go back. They're so good.
We got some good ones.
They
It's
are
just
so good.
for some reason we have a regular audience now, like 10 to 15 people with it. But other than that, I just wanted to have a record.
It's got to be like people watching it like multiple times, maybe. I don't know.
No,
I
I don't
guess.
know.
Matt is listening to it 10 times.
Yeah, especially if it's close to the same number, it's got to be the same people.
Probably.
Coming
We
up
got
to it.
6 subscribers, man. We're moving up in the world.
6? That's Thomas. Are you subscribed to us?
Nope.
All right. Oh, wow. So that's 3 of us. Matt,
Wait, Caleb, are you subscribed to us?
I believe so.
you better be. Go check right now.
Yeah, I'm going.
Hey, by the way, folks, if you listen to this podcast, like, comment, subscribe.
If
hit
you've
that
made it,
like button.
through this far through this stupid, this is like one of the worst podcasts we've done.
Well, you fucking left for 20 minutes to go watch a lunar eclipse.
Listen, the lunar eclipse waits for no one.
It happens
What do
3
you mean?
times a year. We looked it
It's
up.
been going on for like an hour too.
Yeah, what the
Yeah,
on
fuck?
for
but
a
no,
while.
no. I wanted to go see it at like when at its main point.
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
long
I
did
didn't even know
you
that
need
was
to look
happening
at it?
until like.
I think you got the gist for 5 seconds in. I looked at it, I saw it, I was like, okay, cool, it was over. I don't need to look at it for
Sarah
20
wanted
fucking
to
minutes.
sit outside and watch it, so we did.
In the middle of the podcast, you can
Wow,
go back out
our
after.
last video
Why
has
didn't you
10
bring-
views.
Why didn't you bring them with you? Like, why didn't you pull up Discord on your phone and then you could have
Because then
been
I
out
can't
there?
record with Streamlabs.
Oh, well, you
Yeah.
could have left it running.
It doesn't
matter.
work. Like that.
Whatever.
I tried.
Oh.
I think
Alright.
whatever. This is a special podcast because it's Thomas's inaugural podcast. It's the start of something.
It's true.
That's what it is. Because Thomas is going to be a regular now, right, Thomas?
Yep, it's gonna happen.
We'll have
we
him
can't name
tell
it.
stories. We have
Thomas
other
is
stories.
inaugural.
I'm just not a
podcast.
storyteller.
You could talk about the what we did on Monday.
What did we do on Monday? Oh, we
That's
flowed the
that's
river.
what we do. We just talk about our
Yeah,
weeks.
we flowed the river. You know, we sweated in Caleb's car for like 45 minutes.
Does he
Oh
not
my
have
god, I
AC?
forgot about that, dude. It was like a
You know?
wind tunnel. Sweating my ass off, but I was also getting blown in my face. I swallowed like 20 flies. It was ridiculous.
Oh, this is so
Oh,
funny.
Caleb lost his hat.
Oh, I'm so pissed. I don't know
Wait,
how.
what hat?
Oh my
It was a
god! All
bucket
right.
hat that was like 2 sizes too small for his head.
it
It
like
was
sat
just
on
enough.
top of his head.
It was just enough to keep us out or me out of the sun. Just enough. So we're in water or whatever. Is the podcast about to end?
in water.
I
Just
mean,
go.
we
He'll
can
tell you.
go.
when.
We can go as long as we want, really.
All right,
So
Let me
pretty
get
much,
this
there's
footage
they
going.
call it like tube shoots, and it's just like like there's like a dam or whatever, some blockade, and then you go like around to the right, and then it's like a concentration of water, so it's like a water slide kind of thing. All right, you can continue from there.
Well,
So-
let Thomas tell it. He's gonna tell.
Oh, well, I thought Caleb. Well, I was just adding some context because Caleb's the one that was terrified, so Caleb can give the story.
So
Caleb's
you
just
can
terrified of water.
you can like see, we're way back here. We're floating in, and then there's
Like,
this
Caleb's
like
What the hell is this diagram?
we're back here and our little floats were like, yeah, look at this float, look at this float. And then
I can
Thomas
see
is
it.
like, all right, direct your attention towards the water chute. We're about to go down here and it's gonna get crazy.
Have you done this
As
before,
we-
Thomas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was as we go down the water chute, it turns into like here, let me see if I can find
Oh, you can probably find it online. Just go like Kamal River. Oh, I thought you were gonna find the actual picture.
There we go.
Tsunami photos. It's
We get it
it's
down to the bottom.
smallest rapid you've ever seen in your life, and it's a tsunami to
we
Caleb.
literally get to the bottom and it looks like this picture. As we enter the water,
Look it
I
up,
go
Caleb.
I go underwater. I go completely underwater. My whole float goes underwater. I kind of look up. I can see
All right, hold-
sunlight.
hold
I can
on,
see my life flashing before my eyes while I'm underwater,
It was
looking
so
up.
mild.
I'm
It
like-
was so
I'm like,
mild.
I'm looking up. I'm drowning. There's like bubbles floating up to the
I
top. Like
forgot.
I'm like, oh no. Gavin and
Oh,
Thomas
yeah,
are just like,
we,
wow.
We made Caleb go first because
I had a cool little bucket hat. It was keeping sun out of my head. It was like a bunch of different colors and all sorts of stuff.
Hold on. Let me show you
I
the screen.
came out of the water, bucket hat gone. Does not exist anymore. Don't know
Caleb,
where it went.
Hold on. Pull up my screen. This is what we went
Whoa,
down.
hold up.
Okay,
All right, we got it.
you have it up. All right, so this is what we went down. This is like the bottom.
Oh, I thought it was that right side one. I'm like,
This is the
holy
other
shit.
one. This one was a lot smaller, but yeah.
It's
so
like
this,
the most mild fucking.
these are kind of
Oh.
like bad pictures.
Go back up. Yeah.
Okay. this is like, so we put in over here, right? And then we like make our way down this way, and then we come here and here.
Oh, so it was like right at the beginning.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, we were 5 minutes in and Caleb lost his hat. Great. And then Caleb fell out of the tube one time and started swallowing water.
Oh, Caleb almost lost his phone like 3 times.
I want credit for that, by the way, Caleb. So Caleb's got his fucking phone.
You
in
want
a
credit? I'm
Ziploc
the one that
bag.
pointed at it. You were just really
It's
close
your
by.
fucking phone. What am I supposed to?
You can't take credit. You're like, oh,
Tell him what happened. Tell him what happened.
yeah, I lost my phone. I'm like, oh, there goes my phone. And I kind of look around and I go, oh, look, there's my phone. Gavin, it's right next to you.
Because he put it
Gavin
in like
looked at
plastic
it
bags because, water. And
because it's the
electronics.
best thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Isn't your phone waterproof?
Okay, well,
Water
tell him why your
resistant.
phone was missing.
Oh,
I
because he
don't
was
remember.
going under some roots or something. And he
We're
did
back
not
on
want to
your
go.
stream, Caleb.
Oh my god. I remember. Yes. Okay, here we go. Again. Actually, I got
Yeah,
a picture for this. Here we go.
This is ridiculous.
Let me see. I can pull this up. Just give me half a second. You want to put it into the setting?
What?
What?
Oh well. Okay. So we're floating. We're on like flat land.
We can't
At
see
this
your
point-
paint.
Okay, yeah, this is after like all the tube
Oh, I
shoots
know,
and
I know.
everything, so it's like pretty mellow right now. Like we're just chilling.
Yeah, baby. I'm sorry. I'm pulling up the snip right now. We're going down the river, but we're not really paying attention. We're having a blast, and this is the river we're going down. So this is the river we're going
It's
down.
the fucking
Little-
Amazon River.
I blinked twice, and we
I
are
blinked
right.
twice.
We are right here, kind of going under this hell of a forest. My feet are starting to touch the roots that hang off of like the trees. So I say, "Oh no!" So I turn into like arm scooper Superman mode, and I kind of pull us back into like the ocean
Are
area.
you chained together?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we can
we're,
like
like,
tie
tied.
together.
Oh, okay.
We're tied by a little line in our floats. And
So yeah, we
I'm
get
in the
that
front.
close to the fucking. It's just like debris floating on the
Yeah.
surface, and Caleb's worried a serpent's gonna come out and get him. So he
There
starts
are a
flipping the
lot of
fuck
water
out.
Snakes.
Hey, don't tell him.
Yeah. Shut up. So then he freaks out and pulls us to the middle, and then he's like, "Oh my god, my phone's gone!" And we're looking for his phone, and he sees it. He's a Ziploc bag floating on the surface. So then I immediately jump out of my tube to grab it because I'm worried it's gonna sink.
Phone's like right here. All you can see is the tip of a Ziploc bag. That's it.
Wow, what an
Gavin's in
eye,
the-
Gavin.
Right?
No, that was
Thank
me.
you.
I
Thank
saw it.
you.
I'm
I
the one
jumped
who
out.
saw it.
I jumped out of the tube to get your
Yes,
phone.
I'm the one who saw it.
Oh,
I go,
what an
oh,
eye, Caleb.
I go, oh, look, my
3
phone.
eyes. Why do you have 3
Gavin.
eyes?
Okay. I think I asked the question though. I was like, Caleb, where's your phone? Because he like
Oh, yeah,
jumped out
dude,
and he was
Thomas
like
did
in the
ask
water. I
question.
was like, where's your phone at? Because I was like,
Thomas
I don't have
asked
it.
the question. I saw the phone tip. I was like, oh, look, there it is, the corner of the Ziploc bag. And Gavin was like, oh, don't worry. I'll save the day. And then he jumps out of his tube. Whoop-de-doo,
It was
jumps
a
in the
team
water.
effort.
Oh yeah,
It
I
was
also
a
want to
team effort.
say it was literally right next to the debris area that you're freaking out about. I just jumped in it to get your phone.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't bother
The
Gavin.
snake-infested waters.
Dude, they
I
all
just
sorts of
jumped
things.
head first. into it
Oh,
to get your phone.
Shelby.
Oh yeah, Shelby, dude.
Oh my
Shelby.
god, I forgot
Who?
about Shelby.
So we're
Here's
cruising.
this- It's
We're
like getting
on-
towards the end.
We're like
We went
on
twice, so it's like end of the first.
we're on the wall side right here, just going towards the end of the float. And I see this little duck over here. This like little duck's kind of looking. He had like a party hat on or something.
Can we pull up the
And-
video?
You can put it in the Discord, I think, right?
Maybe here. Yeah, let me try and do that. Or one of y'all can put it in and I'll pull it up.
Is Shelby the duck?
Here, I'll pull up the video. Let me see. It was
Yeah,
sent
I don't
to
know how to get into
us.
the Discord.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either.
Dude. Yeah, it was while he's doing that, I could just talk about the river in general. It was fun because there was a lot of drunk college kids because those are the only people that have nothing to do at 1 o'clock on a Monday like us.
Yeah.
And yeah, we brought beers. I put Shiner in a like a water bottle, and it still kept the fucking fizz, dude. I cracked that bitch and go. It was awesome, but it also got kind of warm, so that
Also
was
put ice in his beer
ideal.
too the first time.
Oh yeah, I put
Ugh.
ice in my beer.
What?
Oh, dude, it was worth it. It was worth it, man.
No.
I brought like a Yeti, so my beer stayed cold.
Well, see, because I had the watertight, cap on it's the water bottle, right? So I just threw that bitch in the tube. I didn't have to worry about it. The other ones are basically cups. Like I would have to worry about spilling and stuff. I don't know. I feel like everyone's judging me now, but you should have seen it. It worked perfectly. It was
Here we go.
awesome.
I'm sharing it right now.
I just had to drink
The
like
Discord. So I'll pull it
warm
up.
beer with water in it, basically. But
Nothing like watered down beer. Gotta love it.
hey, man, it's better than nothing when you're on the river. And besides, we didn't have a cooler because we have to walk kind of far to get back to the car or back
It's
to
like
the start
not
of the
that
river.
far, but it's like far enough to where you don't want to carry something.
Right. So I think we should get a cooler with wheels. That would solve this problem.
Well,
But-
you usually we bring Jordan's like bag cooler, and that's halfway decent. But I forgot to ask her.
Or next time we should just do vodka lemonades, like that one guy that we saw that had just a fucking thermos
Yeah.
with a handle of vodka.
Yeah, they had like a cooler, and it was just literally like a handle of. Well, I thought it was tequila. Oh, well, there was one guy at the beginning that had like just a handle of Tito's just sitting on the like side.
Yeah, that's what it was. Those other guys had tequila. Those guys were fucked up. Yeah, a
I
guy
can't
came
get it to
over
work.
and he was drunk as fuck. It was
Oh, wow.
hilarious.
You
And this
said,
random,
"Won't
like,
work."
super hot Latina chick was like, "You guys want some oranges I found on the side of the river?" Like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I don't.
true.
Are you a witch? Are you trying to
You a witch?
seduce us and then kill us and eat us? Like, what's happening? This is so random.
Yeah, earlier she was like, "Oh, we got to be friendly to our neighbors." So then she was like talking to us. I was not prepared for that.
There's like a
Yes, the
wasted
first thing
chick
she
with a
did was-
fucking plant.
She kind of floated up to the side. She was the closest to Thomas, so she got real close to Thomas, and she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh hi!" Like,
I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Hello."
What's happening right now?
Literally.
so yeah, I couldn't get it to post there, so now I'm trying to direct send it to Jay.
Oh man, and the river is like the perfect temperature for me, but I guess not everybody
Oh
felt the
my
same way.
god.
It's
Caleb,
cold.
like, okay, so we went twice. Well, I mean, it's like 70 degrees. It's like not. But I guess at the end, Caleb has something wrong with his body, and his lips were literally blue.
So I have Renault syndrome.
What?
Yeah, he
Apparently.
literally blue. Lips were blue.
My parents told me, they're like, "Yeah, you have Renault syndrome." I was like, "Oh."
Okay, so what happened was
Um,
it was the very end, and the sun was gone, and the water's a little cold,
Probably like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
But I'm swimming, like I'm in the river now. I'm not even in my tube, and I'm like jokingly trying to get Caleb out of his tube. So I go under and I try to push him out, and he jumps from his tube to my tube. I was like, all right, fucking great. But I'm like in the river swimming, and Thomas looks at Caleb, and Thomas goes, "Bro, what the fuck is going on with your lips, man?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "Your lips are blue." And in my mind, I was like, "Oh, like a little bit blue, or like like he's just cold, Like I didn't think anything of it." And then Caleb looks at me, and his lips looked like they had frostbite.
Yeah,
They were that blue.
yeah, Renault syndrome. It's just your blood goes thin from stress or anxiety, and usually it's in the tip of your fingers or in other parts of your body. So you could see it in my lips and in the tips of my fingers were kind of
Dude, blue,
discolored.
fucking as a blueberry, man. That blue. It was
It was
insane.
crazy.
Yep.
I
Alright.
genuinely worried for a second.
All
Got
right.
nuts. What?
The music's playing.
Oh, the music's playing. All right, Thomas. You don't know this, but
You
he
gotta
plays
explain
music
this.
really
I'll,
loud at the
I'll,
end.
I'll, I'll decrease it a little slower. You gotta increase. Tell Thomas what's going on.
So he ends the podcast by
Goodbye.
playing music, and we just talk through it, and then he just shuts off the podcast. So music is playing really loud right now, and we're trying to like talk
It's
over
so
it
going.
while he's singing, and it's always a cover of a song.
Just like
So we just like keep yelling.